Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Aditya and I welcome you to the Brainstorm Codings. In this video, I will show you how can we handle different HTTP requests and send an appropriate response based on that request. So consider this as the server which is running on localhost and port number 5000. So this server will support three different routes. So first one will be the default one or /home route. So if the user requests this route or this route, we will serve the same content. So we can say that this is the home page. The next route will be cars. So if user requests this route, then we'll say that this is obviously the cars page. Just bear with my drawing, okay? And the third route will be the car route, not the cars route, it's the car route, because later on in this series I will create a website where the server will support these three different routes, and this page will contain all the cars, not all the cars by the way, but most of the cars and the pictures of those cars. And if the user clicks on any of these cars, he will get to this car page where he will get to see the information about the selected car. So obviously here we can see we can say that this is the car page. Alright, so this is how I'm going to show everything in this video. So let's get started. So before writing program to handle different HTTP requests, let me show you two different properties we have in HTTP module. So the first property is the methods property, and the second one is the status code property. So we use the methods property to see the available methods, and the status codes property to see the available status codes. So let me show you the output of this in terminal. And as these properties are from the HTTP module, that's why we are using this HTTP variable which we have defined here in the beginning. So this will be for the methods, and we'll do the same thing for the status codes. Alright, let's save this program. So let's send a request to the server, and then we'll get to see the output in the terminal. The server is running on port 3000. If I refresh this page and get back to the VS Code, you can see the terminal that we have the status codes and the methods. So we have the get method, the head method, delete, post, put, search, everything, and these are the status codes. And we are obviously familiar with the 200, which is for the successful request or response. Then we have 404, which is not found. So yeah, this is the use of these properties. We get to see all the methods and status codes supported by the HTTP module. Now, before writing a program to handle all these requests, we have to have the access of the path name which has been requested by the user. So let's comment this out. We don't need this anymore. So if a user is sending a request to localhost 3000/home, so the path name for this request is /home. So we can access this path name using another property which is called URL. So if I create a variable called path name, and we use this URL property with the request parameter because we want to access the path which has been requested by the user. And let me console log this out. Let's save this file, quit the server, restart it again. Let's go to the browser. So let's send the request to the home route, which does not exist yet, but still. You can see in the terminal that we have the path name right now, which is /home. So this is how we can use the URL parameter, and this parameter plays, not parameter by the way, this is the property. So this property can be used further in this video, and it's really efficient and important for that. So what I'm going to do is I will check if the path name is the default one, which is / or it is the home route. So I'm going to see if the user requests the default route or the home route, and both of these routes we are going to serve the same content, we are going to serve the same page. So first I'm going to set a header, and for that I will use the write head function. So by using this function I can set the status code and the header at the same time. So the status code for this will be 200, the message would be OK, and the header is content type. So this time I want to serve the HTML content, so that's why I'll be using text/HTML. Now let me copy this because we're going to use this for every route. Okay, and let's send a response as well. Now just because I'm serving the HTML content, so I'll use the h1 tag, and I will say welcome to the home page. Okay, let's take another condition for another route. So if the path name is /cars, let's set this header and send a response. Welcome to the world of cars. Not cards, cars. Okay. Let's take another condition. So if the path name is now /car, then again I will set the header and send a response. Welcome to the particular car. Well, that's really silly, this message, but yeah, it's just a dummy website by the way. So later on I will add some content in this website, and we'll also serve some HTML templates, but for now it's fine. And if user requests none of these routes, then we'll have the else block. So again set the header and send a response, and this time the response would be page not found. Okay, so if I save this file, quit the server, restart it again, and go to the browser. So let's send a request to the home route. So yeah, we have our HTML content which says welcome to the home page. Let's try some different route. and you're going to see an interesting thing. So it's taking some time, and after that you will have an error. Now it says Firefox can't establish a connection to the server at localhost 3000. So there is absolutely something going on in VS Code. Let's find out. If you see in the terminal, our server is not running and we have an error, and this is the error we have right now, which says right after end. So you can see that we have used the end function to send a response, and the one thing along with sending a response is that this ends the response. So after that, if we try to set a header, if we try to send another response, this is not going to happen. So this end function is not going to allow it, because this is the end of the response. So what we are doing is, for this first condition, we are checking if the path is home or the default one or not. So if the user requests the home route, we are going to send this response, just like we did here. So we got this response, but after that we try to access the cars route, and here again we use the end function. But it really doesn't matter which function we use here, because we have used the end function at the very beginning and we have accessed this home route at the very beginning. So we have sent a response using the end function, and now there is no other response, or we can't just send any response after that. So if we try to access the cars route or car route, so we are not going to get a response if you accessed one of the routes at the beginning. So we have another function for that. Instead of using the end function, we will use the write function. Now write function does the same thing. It sends a response to the server, but it doesn't end the response. So even after using the write function, we can use another write function, we can set another header, it's completely fine. But this thing we can't do it with the end function. So let's save this, run our program. Server is running. Let's find out what we get. Now refresh this page. We have the response, and we are getting this object here with just this JSON data, because we forgot to comment out the other code from the previous video. So this is the code from previous video where we have sent the JSON data to the server. That's completely fine. So for now, the important thing is we are getting this response that welcome to the world of cars. If I try to access the car route, I have the response, but now it's not a heading because I forgot to use the h1 tag for that. But yeah, this route is still working, and if we try to access the home route, it is still working. Let's try the default one. Yeah, we get the same output. So now we can handle, or our server can handle multiple requests, multiple HTTP requests completely fine. So we have a program which is running really well. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any suggestions, complaints, if you don't like anything about this video, if you liked something about this video, mention that in comment section. Everything is appreciated. So thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, and I'll see you soon.